I'm going to walk you through a single daily meal that can help lower your heart risk, support your arteries, and improve your chances of staying out of the operating room. Not a detox, not a gimmick, not magic. A targeted, science-based meal designed specifically for seniors. My name is Dr. James. I've spent over 2 decades working with older adults, reviewing scans, labs, and sitting at the bedside after heart attacks and strokes. I've seen what advanced artery disease actually looks like, and I've seen what happens when we finally get the lifestyle piece right. And I can tell you, most of what people are told about cleaning their arteries is oversimplified at best and flat out wrong at worst. Today, I'm going to explain what's really happening inside your arteries, why standard advice often doesn't go far enough, and why the exact structure of a daily meal that supports the mechanisms your body already has to protect, and in some cases, partially reverse artery damage, all in plain language. No fluff, no fairy tales. Stay with me, especially if you're over 55, have high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, or a high calcium score. This is for you. Section 1. What plaque really is, for seniors. Inside your arteries, you do not just have grease stuck to a pipe. You have living tissue, a thin inner lining of cells called the endothelium, a muscular middle layer, an outer support layer. When life is going smoothly, blood pressure under control, no smoking, good sleep, reasonable diet, that inner lining is smooth and protective. It releases a gas called nitric oxide that keeps blood flowing and prevents cells from sticking where they don't belong. It releases a gas called nitric oxide that keeps blood flowing and prevents cells from sticking where they don't belong. But over years of high blood pressure, high blood sugar, smoking, chronic inflammation, and sometimes plain old genetics, that lining gets injured. Tiny LDL particles, what people call bad cholesterol, slip into the wall. There, they can get oxidized, chemically damaged by free radicals. Once that happens, your immune system sees them as dangerous. White blood cells move in to clean up the mess. They gobble up damaged LDL and turn into foam cells, little fat-engorged cells that pile up in the wall of the artery. This is the start of plaque. Over time, layers of these cells, plus cholesterol, plus scar tissue, plus calcium build up like a bulging scar inside the artery wall. Here's the part almost nobody explains clearly. The plaque that kills is often not the one that's 90% blocking the artery. It's the active, inflamed plaque with a thin cap that can rupture suddenly, forming a clot that completely blocks blood flow in minutes. That's the heart attack or stroke out of nowhere. That's what we want to stabilize, and, when we can, shrink. Section 2. Your body's built-in. Cleanup crew. Your body does have a built-in system to help clear cholesterol from artery walls. It's called reverse cholesterol transport. Key players, HDL. The so-called good cholesterol. Think of it as a little recycling truck. Transporters like ABCA1, tiny pumps on cells that push cholesterol out onto HDL. When this system is working well, HDL comes by the artery wall. It picks up extra cholesterol from foam cells, carries it back to the liver. The liver can then package it into bile and send it out into the gut for elimination. That doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't magically erase decades of damage, but over years, good reverse cholesterol transport, plus good risk factor control, is one way plaque can stabilize or even modestly regress. The problem in many seniors? HDL is too low. HDL is there, but doesn't function well. It's rusty. Chronic inflammation, poor diet, and lack of activity jam up the system. That's where targeted nutrition comes in, not to replace medication, but to support these built-in processes. Section 3. A realistic goal for seniors. Before I show you the meal, I want to set the right expectation. If you're 65, 70, 80 with decades of risk factors under your belt, we are not trying to wipe your arteries clean in 6 weeks. A realistic goal is slow or stop the progression of plaque, improve the stability of existing plaques, less likely to rupture. Support modest regression over years if possible. Dramatically reduce your chance of heart attack, stroke needing stents, or bypass. That's a win. Section 4. The Heart Support Meal Blueprint. This is where we get practical. We're going to build a daily meal with 4 key jobs. Support nitric oxide and endothelial function. support reverse cholesterol transport and HDL function, help keep calcium where it belongs, in bone, not arteries, reduce oxidative stress and LDL oxidation. I'm going to give you food-based tools you can mix into your existing diet, and you should always run major changes by your own doctor, especially if you're on blood thinners, diabetes meds, or blood pressure meds. Component 1. Nitrate-rich greens. Open the highway. We'll start with the base of the meal, a big handful or two of leafy greens, especially arugula, beet greens, or other nitrate-rich vegetables. Why? These contain natural nitrates. Your body converts them, with the help of mouth bacteria, into nitric oxide, which helps relax blood vessels, improves blood flow, supports a healthier endothelium. For seniors, better nitric oxide signaling can mean slightly lower blood pressure, better exercise tolerance, a healthier environment inside the artery wall. How much? Aim for 2 to 3 loosely packed cups of mixed leafy greens in this meal, most days of the week. Practical tips for seniors. Pre-washed salad mixes are fine if that's what you can manage. If chewing is hard, you can chop them finely or mix into softer foods. Component 2, healthy fat and polyphenols. Help the cleanup crew. Next, we add healthy fat in the form of extra virgin olive oil and optionally some nuts like walnuts or almonds. Why it matters? Good quality extra virgin olive oil contains monounsaturated fat, which tends to improve your cholesterol pattern, is rich in polyphenols, plant compounds that reduce inflammation, support HDL function, may help with cholesterol efflux, the pumping out part of reverse cholesterol transport. Nuts provide more healthy fats, fiber, and more beneficial compounds that support heart health. How much? 1 to 3 tablespoons of real extra virgin olive oil on the meal. A small handful of nuts, about 1/4 cup, if you tolerate them and don't have swallowing issues or nut allergies. If you're watching your weight, keep your total daily calories in mind and balance this out elsewhere. Component 3. Vitamin K2 source. Guide calcium. Older adults often have soft bones and hard arteries, the opposite of what we want. Vitamin K2 helps activate proteins that put calcium into bone, help keep calcium out of arteries. You can get K2 from natto, fermented soybeans, very high K2, but strong taste. Certain aged cheeses, like Gouda, Edam, some aged hard cheeses. Or a K2 MK7 supplement, if your doctor is okay with that. How to include it in this meal. If you like cheese and your doctor is okay with it, add a small portion, about 1 to 2 ounces, of an aged cheese to the meal. If you tolerate natto and can source it, a small serving on the side is fine. If neither is realistic, discuss K2 supplementation with your clinician. Many seniors find that easier and more predictable. If you're on blood thinners, like warfarin, you must talk to your doctor or anticoagulation clinic before making big, consistent changes in vitamin K intake. Component 4. Colorful fruit for antioxidants. Protect the LDL. We also want to help protect LDL from oxidation, because oxidized LDL is what really triggers foam cell formation. Here, richly colored fruits can help, especially pomegranate arils, the little seeds, berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, or a mix. These fruits are rich in polyphenols and other antioxidants that can make LDL particles less prone to oxidation, support endothelial function, often help HDL work better as a cleanup crew. How much? About 1/2 to 1 cup of colorful fruit mixed into or served with the meal. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, you may need to adjust portion size and monitor your blood sugar. Not all seniors will tolerate a full cup of fruit at once. Section 5. Putting it all together. The meal. So your daily heart support meal might look like this. A large salad bowl or plate with 2 to 3 cups of mixed leafy greens, especially arugula or similar. Other vegetables you enjoy, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, etc. 1 to 1 cup of colorful fruit, pomegranate arils or berries if available, dressed generously with 1 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil plus vinegar or lemon juice if you like, topped or served with a small handful of nuts, if safe for you, and or 1-2 ounces of aged cheese if it fits your overall diet, or your K2 supplement taken with this meal if your physician approves. You eat this once a day, most days of the week, as lunch or a larger early dinner. Eat slowly, chew well, let the greens spend time in your mouth. This helps with the nitrate-nitrite-no pathway. Section 6. What not to do around this meal. To help this work better for you, don't depend on this meal while eating junk the rest of the day. It's not a magic shield. Try to keep the rest of your diet mostly whole, minimally processed foods. Don't assume pills can replace food. Supplements can be useful, but they usually work best alongside a solid food pattern. Be cautious with mouthwash use. Heavy use of strong antiseptic mouthwash may blunt some of the nitrate benefits. Daily brushing and flossing are usually enough unless your dentist has other instructions. Section 7. How do you know if it's helping? For seniors, we don't just want to hope something works. We want numbers. Talk to your doctor about cholesterol and lipoprotein testing, LDL, HDL, triglycerides, ApoB, if available, blood pressure. Home readings are extremely useful. Blood sugar fasting glucose, A1C. If you already have a coronary calcium score or a carotid ultrasound, ask how often it makes sense to repeat them. We're looking over years, not weeks, to see if risk is going down and progression is slowing. Section 8. Where medications fit. And I'm not telling you to throw away your statins, blood pressure pills, or diabetes medications. For many seniors, medications plus lifestyle together give the best protection. Think of it like this. Medication can lower the burden, LDL, BP, sugar. The right daily habits can improve how your arteries respond, support your own repair systems, and help you feel better day to day. The most powerful results I've seen in older adults almost always come from combining the two. Section 9. Talking directly to my senior viewers. This daily heart support meal is one practical tool. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to love arugula on day one. You do need to be consistent. Start with what you can handle, maybe half the portion at first. Swap in greens and fruits you can chew and digest comfortably. Adjust your olive oil to fit your calorie needs. And always loop your own doctor into what you're doing, especially if you're fragile, on multiple medications, or have kidney or liver issues. Found this helpful, here's what I want you to do next. Subscribe to Senior Guide All to All so you don't miss the next episodes where I break down which tests actually matter for seniors and how to talk to your doctor so you get more than just keep doing what you're doing. In the comments, tell me your age, one heart risk factor you're dealing with, blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, etc., and whether you think you can try this daily heart support meal at least 3 days a week. Share this video with a friend, a spouse, or a family member who is over 55 and worried about their heart. This is Senior Guide All to All. Take care of your heart. One meal, one walk, one good night's sleep at a time. I'll see you in the next video.